Black Ops 7 is barely out of the womb, and somehow everybody already knows exactly what's wrong with the game. Aim assist, skill-based matchmaking, the weapon tuning, the whole nine. And depending on who you ask, the game is either perfectly fine or the worst Call of Duty ever created. There is no in-between at this point. But here's the thing nobody wants to admit. Some of the issues are real, some of them are just misunderstandings, and some of them are just you, to keep it a stack. Hang tight, especially you competitive Call of Duty folks. I want to talk about one thing in particular with you guys at the end, but ultimately, hopefully by the end of the video, you'll see the whole situation a little bit differently when it comes to Black Ops 7. So let's start with the one that's had everybody foaming at the mouth for months now. Aim assist. I thought the aim assist felt just fine at launch. Not crazy strong, not crazy weak. I thought it was damn near perfect in my opinion. But at the same time, I could also see why more casual players didn't love it. And another one of those harsh truths, it exposed some people, man. Like, it made the aim assist made players start looking a little shaky. And of course, they hated that. But the biggest thing that annoys me is this. Buffing the aim assist this early makes us controller players kind of look bitch made. And it's going to allow the crybaby keyboard and mouse community to continue saying that we aren't anything without aim assist, aimbot user, aim assist user, whatever term they want to use. This just gave them some more ammo to be able to talk shit about us controller players. Even when we're not, though. I think it just looks bad optically. But the good thing about this is at least Treyarch did it early. Imagine if they made the adjustment in like season 2 or season 3. If I'm not mistaken, I think Black Ops 6 did something like that. But that would have been straight garbage. So in my opinion, as annoying as this discourse is, early is better than late. And look, if you needed that buff, you already knew you needed it deep down. What do you think about the aim assist though? Do you like it better now or did you like it at launch? Now, let's move on to the real circus here. Skill-based matchmaking and this whole open playlist situation. First off, I don't know who started the rumor that SBMM is gone. It's not gone. It's not even close to gone. The developer said that the open playlist uses matchmaking that is minimally considered. And minimally does not mean that it's not there. And the developer wording is vague on purpose. They know what they're doing. We're not getting a clean answer on this one. But the bigger thing is we are 100% still in the testing phase when it comes to this open playlist skill-based matchmaking situation. Every single one of us are freaking guinea pigs right now. They're extracting data, they're pushing for different parameters, and they're seeing whether this system is something they want to keep or if they want to get rid of it. So let me tell you what's been happening to me personally. My matchmaking feels different day to day, not match to match. It's kind of like the entire pool changes overnight. One day, the lobbies are free as hell. The next day, I feel like I'm playing freaking CDL qualifying matches. I don't think that's random. At the same time though, I think different accounts are being tested in different ways. Different clusters, different groups, different experiments. And the reason why I say this is we've been put in certain skill-based matchmaking tests over the last few years. But I don't think there's any way to know where your account stands as far as how they're testing things. I don't know this for sure, but I am just exercising some critical thinking skills here. But things are not black and white like people claim or how they want them to be. And that's just not reality, man. Now, I understand some folks, they might have that match by match type feeling when it comes to the matchmaking system. Maybe you have a good 3 matches, then you have a bad 3 matches, and that thing is happening to you over and over again. The main takeaway on this is understand everybody's experience is gonna be different. No doubt. But I think the main thing is your ego. Yep, I'll say it one more time, your ego. A lot of you think you're so good that you can actually compete in the Call of Duty League. You're not that nice. Trust me, I promise you. I've seen people do some of the most brain dead shit in the game and then in the same second, turn around and say, oh, this game is ass. You can't chow everything with 6 HP, die instantly, and then scream, oh, this game is ass. No, that is not the game. That's your poor decision making. And that's just one example. I could go on for hours about this, but let's go ahead and keep it pushing before some of you guys get too emotional. Now, another thing that is a pretty uncomfortable truth, I think the Call of Duty player base is shrinking. And I think this is for a few reasons. As of right now, some people aren't buying Black Ops 7 just because Black Ops 6 scarred them, especially with the cheaters. I will say I do know the anti-cheat system is working to a certain degree. And no, it's not perfect, so I don't even want to hear that shit. But it is definitely doing a better job than it was doing in Black Ops 6. No doubt about it. You can't argue with that. Are people still cheating? Sure. But I do know of a lot of people that are at least shadow banned right now for a reason. Maybe they weren't cheating, but regardless, the fact that they did get shadow banned does mean the system is working. Is it working how it should? Maybe not entirely, but at the end of the day, just like the skill-based matchmaking system, we are in another new or testing phase when it comes to the anti-cheat system. And another thing is, a lot of people can't even afford a $70 game right now, man. You know, it's the holiday season. It's a lot of birthdays around this time of year. We got Thanksgiving staring us in the face right now. Tariffs on electronics are through the roof, but there is a whole lot going on as to why I think the Black Ops 7 sales might be down right now. But this is really uncomfortable. I think the entire casual COD culture might be dying. The casual COD culture. Listen to me very close when I say casual. Call of Duty used to be the game you hopped on to socialize, talk about your day, fuck around with the boys. That's not happening anymore. Not at this scale. I think now we're shifting more towards a community that's more passionate, more competitive, more sweaty, basically more like Valorant and Counter-Strike vibes. I could be wrong and you can feel free to correct me, but if you hop on Valorant, most of the people over there are pretty decent at the game because they're passionate about it. Those ladies and gentlemen play those games for real. They're streaming, they're making content. Hell, they might even be in some kind of competitive organization. I think that is where COD is headed right now. And yes, it looks bad for the developers, I guess, but at the end of the day, I think it'll only strengthen the Call of Duty community. And I know that's a hot take, but Call of Duty was overloaded with casuals for years. Not that that's a bad thing, but now that things are tightening a little, the remaining players are naturally going to be stronger. With the people that are lingering around, again, they're probably pretty passionate, and we're probably all trying to go ahead and squeeze our way into that open playlist, which can inherently make that open playlist feel negated, I guess. Whether you like it or not, I do think that's what's happening though. Quick shout out to Advanced Gaming Supplements though. No matter how your matchmaking feels, anything these guys have to offer will help you stay locked in. Whether the lobby is a walk in the park or a straight up CDL scrim, I'll take it. They've been helping me stay focused, hydrated, and consistent, not only with Black Ops 7, but doing those long video editing sessions as well. Use code NERVS10 and cop anything you want to cop off of the Advanced Gaming Supplement store. So ultimately, your lobbies don't feel off because SBMM is turned off, but because the open matchmaking system is testing different cluster assignments for your account. Sometimes you're in a more relaxed pool, and sometimes you're placed in a more competitive calibration pool. And another thing is, if you are staying in the same lobby complaining about skill-based matchmaking, leave that lobby. If there are 4 or 5 kids in that lobby slamming you over and over again, you can't expect for the skill-based matchmaking system to all of a sudden just make those same kids worse at the game. That doesn't make sense. That is one thing we asked for. We got it, but we got to use our brains a little bit better here, man. But at the end of the day, not every day is the same. Not every game is the same. Again, they're gathering data, seeing what works and seeing what falls apart. What I do think might be a problem though is when you are steamrolling and everybody leaves. I don't think that sends a good signal to the developers. Is it frustrating? Absolutely. Is it permanent? Who really knows at this point? But again, it is definitely not black and white. I do want to talk about the weapons real quick. I do like that the developers over at Treyarch did some early balancing. Again, good thing they didn't wait till after season 1. But right now, I can't even cap. I think the Dravik SMG smokes the M15 AR right now. Let me know if you agree or disagree. But last week, the M15 was my favorite gun in the game. Now it's the Dravik, man. And I don't even think it's close in some engagements. Let us know what your favorite weapon is in Black Ops 7, by the way. But for you competitive and ranked folks, listen up. Let's close this video out with something a lot of people are split on. Snipers and competitive after the Monster Energy Invitational this weekend. As someone who hates going up against snipers, I'm gonna be honest, I think we should allow 1 sniper per team in Search and Destroy. That's it, just 1, and maybe that person runs the smoke. But just watching the tournament over the weekend was fun as hell, man. I think it made the competitive scene feel like the competitive Call of Duty scene again. It added that classic risk-reward element that COD had back in the day. And in my opinion, in the CDL era, it kind of went away. And like I just said, it brings back that old school COD identity and just adds an extra layer of intensity. And it really forces you to make better decisions, man. You can't run right up the middle of the map when you know you got a sniper watching over our submachine gun players. And decision making is a big part of the skill stealing, by the way. But some folks might not like snipers in competitive because it can feel cheesy dying instantly in just 1 bullet. Some folks might feel like that's not very competitive, and it can punish aggressive teams too hard. But again, at the same time, if you're aggressive and you're going up against a sniper, you got to figure something else out. And as a fast player, I understand they want to shut you down early in the round. And some people just have sniper trauma, man. I think in Modern Warfare 19, that shit was insane, dog. Super entertaining to watch, but I just remember the snipers on that game just going nuts. Let us know what you think though. Anyway, those are kind of my main takeaways with all the Black Ops 7 controversy right now. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just a nigga talking into a microphone. Who knows? Drop a comment, tell me what's been going on in your lobbies, and let me know where you stand on this. Everything. The sniper debate, skill-based matchmaking, your ego. Let's have a conversation down in the comment section. Check out this video right here though. I'll see you guys over there.